First breaking tonight, Jeffrey Epstein's sidekick, Ghislaine Maxwell, says she never witnessed then businessman Donald Trump receive a massage aboard Epstein's jet. She says he was a gentleman in all respects at all times. Tonight, we're getting a first look at the transcripts from her 2 days of interviews with the #2 official at the Justice Department. Today's release came without any warning. Senior national correspondent Rich Edson has been looking through the documents all afternoon. Good evening, Rich.
Good evening, Jillian. The Justice Department unexpectedly released audio and transcripts covering about 9 hours of interviews with Ghislaine Maxwell. The conversation with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche covered Jeffrey Epstein's death and his relationships with Presidents Trump and Clinton. Maxwell said this about Trump's behavior.
I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
Now, the Epstein associate told Blanche she thought Trump and Epstein were friendly, but were not close. She says the photographs of Epstein and Trump together were from social settings. As for another president's relationship with Epstein,
you're not aware of President Clinton ever going to the island?
He absolutely never went, and I can be sure of that because there's no way he would have gone.
Earlier today, Trump repeated his claim that Clinton had been to the Caribbean retreat more than a dozen times. The department previously determined Epstein committed suicide in 2019 in jail, but Maxwell thinks otherwise.
I do not believe he died by suicide, no.
And do you believe that, do you have any speculation or view of who killed him?
No, I don't.
She also says that claims Epstein worked for American or foreign intelligence services are nonsense, and she denied Epstein kept a client list. Maxwell is serving 20 years in federal prison for convictions on sex trafficking and other crimes related to Epstein's sexual abuse of underage teens. She is actively seeking clemency from the Supreme Court. After her discussion with Blanche, prison officials moved Maxwell to a lower security penitentiary in Texas. The Trump administration has been under pressure to release all the government's documents related to the Epstein case. This afternoon, the Justice Department separately delivered more Epstein documents to the House Oversight Committee to comply with a congressional subpoena. Maxwell has maintained her innocence. Prosecutors allege she was properly convicted of recruiting vulnerable teenage girls, grooming, and abusing them. Jillian?
All right, Rich Edson with those details for us tonight. Thank you.
Hours of interviews between Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell and a federal prosecutor were released by the Department of Justice on Friday afternoon. During the recorded sessions in which the convicted sex offender, who was found guilty for her role in Epstein's crimes, was granted immunity, she made several interesting claims. Here are 10 top takeaways. First, claims there is no client list. Maxwell denied the existence of a black book with Epstein's clients on it, and least to her knowledge. There is no list, she told Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Maxwell said she believed the origin of rumors that there was a list came in 2009 after Epstein had finished a 13-month sex trafficking sentence in Florida, and a lawyer at Rothstein Adler, involved in a civil suit against him, called the FBI to say he had a piece of evidence that belongs to Epstein. That was the list, she claimed, adding that she believes he became a confidential informant to the FBI. She said he obtained the list through a sting operation involving Epstein's former butler, who said in a deposition he had handwritten notes, or a journal, whatever. 2. Doesn't believe Epstein killed himself. Maxwell said she doesn't believe Epstein killed himself when he was found hanging in his New York jail cell in 2019. I do not believe he died by suicide, no, she told Blanche when asked. She added that she didn't have any speculation about who could have killed him, but claimed the U.S. Bureau of Prisons is rife with mismanagement. If it is indeed murder, I believe it was an internal situation, she said, adding she didn't believe his death was a way to silence him. I do not have any reason to believe that, she told Blanche. And I also think it's ludicrous because I also happen to think if that is what they wanted, they would have had plenty of opportunity when he wasn't in jail. And if they were worried about blackmail or anything from him, he would have been a very easy target. 3. Never saw President Donald Trump do anything inappropriate. Maxwell said while she believes President Trump, before he was president, and Epstein were friendly, she didn't think they were close. I think they were friendly, like people are in social settings. I don't think they were close friends, or I certainly never witnessed the president in any of... I don't recall ever seeing him in his house, for instance. she said. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. She added, I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects. Fourth, former President Bill Clinton never went to Epstein's island. Maxwell claimed that former President Bill Clinton, whose name has previously been linked to Epstein, absolutely never went to Epstein's Caribbean island where sex trafficking of young girls took place. She added, I can be sure of that because there's no way he would have gone. I don't believe there's any way that he would have gone to the island had I not been there, because I don't believe he had 16 an independent friendship, if you will, with Epstein. She also said that Clinton was her friend, not Epstein's, and that she knew him through the Clinton Global Initiative and was part of the inception of the organization. 5. Calls Epstein disgusting, but doesn't believe he's guilty of everything he was accused of. Maxwell called Epstein disgusting in the interview, but said she doesn't believe he was guilty of all the accusations. I do believe that Epstein did a lot of, not all, but some of what he's accused of, and I'm not here to defend him in any respect whatsoever, Maxwell told Blanche. I don't want to, and I don't think he requires nor deserves any type of protection or, from me, in any way, to sugarcoat what he did or didn't do. She added, This is one man. He's not they've made him into this. He's not that interesting. He's a disgusting guy who did terrible things to young kids. 6. Never saw Prince Andrew do anything inappropriate and believes the photo of him with accuser Virginia Giuffre is fake. Maxwell told Blanche that she also never saw Prince Andrew do anything inappropriate while she was with him, adding that she believes the infamous photo of the prince with his hand around accuser Virginia Giuffre when she was 17 isn't real. I believe it's literally a fake photo, she said of the picture, purported to have been taken at her former London townhouse. I do not know that they met. Giuffre died of suicide earlier this year. She had accused the royal of forcing her into sex inside Maxwell's home in London's ritzy Belgravia neighborhood. The prince was relieved of his royal duties amid fallout from the scandal, but has always denied allegations of wrongdoing. He agreed to pay Giuffre an undisclosed settlement in 2022 and to donate to her charity for crime victims. 7. Maxwell's claims she has memory problems after being on suicide watch for 2 years. Maxwell claimed to Blanche her memory's not as good as it was because she was kept on suicide watch at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn after her arrest for nearly 2 years, and she was woken up every 15 minutes. She said because of her memory lapses, she had taken notes before the interviews, and throughout the interview still struggled to recall many details. 8. Claims Epstein had a heart condition and told her he couldn't have sex often. Maxwell said that when she traveled with Epstein, they slept in the same bed, but he told her he had a heart condition and couldn't have sex frequently, which meant that he didn't have intercourse a lot, which suited me fine, because I actually do have a medical condition, which precludes me having a lot of intercourse, she told Blanche. She added that she didn't know the exact nature of the condition, but he liked other forms of sexual activities. 9. Claims Epstein never loved her and said she wasn't his type and that he told people to lie to her. Maxwell told Blanche she and Epstein had a friends with benefits relationship while she was working with him. But at one point, Epstein said that one of his associates didn't want to be seen with her too much because of her father's company's embezzlement accusations. But she said she believed that was all a ruse just to keep her from traveling with Epstein. Today, not contemporaneously, but today I don't believe that that's even true. I think it was used as a means to not have me travel with him to Ohio or whatever. It was just a way to park me, she said. She added that after her arrest, during the legal discovery process, she saw evidence that he would actively tell other people to lie to me or conceal things from me, and that he never loved me, and I wasn't his type. 10th, claims Epstein took testosterone, which altered his character. Maxwell also claimed that in the late 90s, Epstein started taking testosterone, and that altered his character. While discussing the frequency at which he got sexual massages, she said the testosterone both made him more aggressive, and she thought it likely altered his desires. Maxwell is serving a 20-year prison sentence for sex trafficking of minors.